Welcome to the From Egypt to Zion show. Today we're going to be talking about our true purpose in this life and the hidden truth about the fallen world we currently live in. The deception of the world, this Babylonian system, and the new forms of slavery exposed. Now we're going to talk about the educational system and expose it for what it truly is. It is the first place of indoctrination. We are taught in schools the ways of the world and are not taught by these educational systems the ways of righteousness of the Most High. 1 John chapter 2, verse 15 tells us to love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. Indoctrination 2. We are slaves to the world systems and oftentimes are distracted by bills and desires of material things instead of ensuring our spiritual salvation. 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 10 tells us, the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. So you see, family, we may have these jobs and we may have to pay bills and things of that nature, but we need to take time away to spend thanking our Elohim, praying to him, studying to show ourselves approved. That's the only way to real, true salvation and giving our hearts and our minds and our lives to the Most High. Indoctrination 3. Many people indulge in the many distractions provided by this world, which is purposely put in place to keep us from paying attention to the most important things in our lives, teaching our children and our families the word of Yahuwah, our faith, our salvation, and our road to righteousness. James chapter 4, verse 4 tells us, ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of God. And 1 John chapter 2, verse 17 tells us, and the world passeth away, and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of God abideth forever. So you see, family, it is important for us to give our all in all to the Most High. We need to pray. We need to seek him diligently. We need to turn away from our evil ways, and we need to get right with the Most High. And that is by turning away from sin with prayer and supplication. We teach our families, our children, we raise them in the fear and admonition of the Lord. And we keep his commandments. That is how we become a friend of the Most High. All enforcement and prison systems exposed. Systemic oppression. The law enforcement system, especially in the USA, tends to be run by enforcers who are tied to Masonic and hate groups, which tends to target and mistreat blacks and minority groups, and is based on white supremacy. It further uses the prisoners as free labor, which is the new form of slavery. This is the reason why minorities are targeted, as slavery never truly ended in America. Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 8 says, it shall come about on that day, declares the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off their neck and will tear off their bonds, and strangers will no longer make them their slaves. Psalms 146, verse 7 says, "Who executes justice for the oppressed? Who gives food to the hungry? The Lord sets the prisoner free." Social class system exposed. Although the USA does not blatantly define its caste system as India does, it does indeed have one and is evident by racial discrimination, ethnic disparities, especially among minority groups in America. And in an article written by theconversation.com, which answers the question if America has a caste system, it states caste given Americans a way to articulate their sense of persistent marginalization, and by virtue of being apparently foreign, it comes from India. After all, it usefully complicates the dominant American dream narrative. The USA has a class problem, it has a race problem, and it may just have a caste problem too. Social media exposed. Social media is designed to keep you distracted and to control your way of thinking and keep you focused on the cares of this wicked world and from following the laws of the Most High. By constantly keeping you hooked on social media, you will be caught up in this matrix and never truly wake up and realize the vices of the prince and the power of this air. Now, family, this is especially true for social media. Although we have this for a moment where we can get the truth, pretty soon the truth and anything regarding to the Most High and his righteousness will not be found on social media. So take this time while you can to get fed off of this truth and this information because pretty soon it won't be there for you. Now, Ephesians chapter 2, verse 2 says, "Wherein in times past ye walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience." This is where we are today, family. So you definitely want to get right with the Most High. You want to get into His Word. Study to show thyself approved again, and you need to know these promises because pretty soon it may not be there for you again. The Bible may not be there for you to even have that. There's a lot of word going around that the Roman Catholic system is wanting to change the word by taking and adding away from the Bible some more. So I really think that we need to study diligently and seek our Heavenly Father, seek Yahuwah and His Son Yahusha, because these are the times that we're living in. Our true purpose exposed. Ecclesiastes chapter 12:13 tells us, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yah and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For Yah shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. Romans chapter 12, verse 12 states, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yah, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto Yah, which is your reasonable service. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of Yah. Micah chapter 6, verse 8 tells us, he has showed thee, O man, what is good, and what doth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly and to love mercy and to walk humbly with thy Yah. Isaiah chapter 43, verse 21 states, this people have I formed for myself. They shall show forth my praise. So you see, family, we were put here to praise the Most High, Yahuwah, our Elohim. That's our only true purpose, is to fear the Most High and to keep his commandments. That is our duty and our only duty. And family, if you like to hear the truth, then I urge you to like, share, and to subscribe. Because again, this truth is not going to be readily available on social media for too long, because we are entering into the last days here. And it's evident in the weather, it's evident in the stuff that we see in the world, it's evident in the media, and it's certainly evident by a lot of things that are going on here. So family, take this opportunity, if you like what you hear, to like, share, and subscribe. And with that, shalom.